In the dim glow of a lavish penthouse overlooking the glittering city skyline, Alessandro Rossi, the infamous mafia boss known for his iron fist and unbreakable resolve, knelt on the cold marble floor, tears streaming down his scarred face. He clutched a faded ultrasound photo, whispering, "What have I done?" The woman he had pushed away, the one who carried his child, was gone, slipped through his fingers like sand. But wait, dear viewers, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a tale that will twist your heart and remind you that love can conquer even the darkest empires. If you're hooked already, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories that dive deep into the soul. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an emotional roller coaster like this. Let me take you back to where it all started. Elena Vasquez was no ordinary woman. Raised in the gritty streets of New York by a single mother who worked 3 jobs, Elena had learned early on that survival meant blending and staying sharp, and never letting emotions cloud her judgment. At 25, she was a talented bartender at the Velvet Lounge, a high-end club frequented by the city's elite and its underbelly. Her smile could light up the room, but her eyes held a quiet strength, forged from years of fending off unwanted advances and dreaming of a better life. She wasn't looking for trouble. Trouble found her in the form of Alessandro Rossi. Alessandro was the epitome of danger wrapped in charisma. At 32, he ruled the Rossi crime family with a blend of ruthless efficiency and calculated charm. His word was one of shadows, deals in back alleys, loyalties bought with blood, and a code that demanded no weaknesses. Women were fleeting distractions to him, never more than a night or two. But one rainy evening, as Elena mixed his signature whiskey neat, their eyes locked. "You handle that shaker like you own the place," he said, his voice a low rumble that sent shivers down her spine. She laughed it off, but something sparked. What began as flirtatious banter evolved into stolen glances, then secret meetings in hidden corners of the city. Their affair was a whirlwind of passion and peril. Alessandro would whisk her away to secluded villas where they'd talk for hours under starlit skies. He opened up to her in ways he never had with anyone, sharing the weight of his father's legacy, the betrayals that hardened him, the loneliness of a life built on fear. Elena saw beyond the mafia boss. She saw a man haunted by his choices, yearning for genuine connection. "You're not just a kingpin," she'd whisper, tracing the tattoos on his chest that told stories of lost battles. "You're human." In return, she shared her dreams of escaping the cycle of poverty, maybe opening her own cafe someday, a place where people could find warmth without the strings of the underworld. But love in Alessandro's world came with risks. He kept their relationship hidden, insisting it was for her safety. "If my enemies knew about you, they'd use you against me," he'd say, his grip tightening protectively. Elena understood she wasn't naive yet. As months passed, the secrecy gnawed at her. She craved more. A real life together, not just midnight rendezvous. Still, she stayed drawn to the fire in his eyes, the way he made her feel alive in a way no one else ever had. Then came the turning point that shattered everything. Elena discovered she was pregnant. Staring at the positive test in her tiny apartment bathroom, a mix of joy and terror washed over her. This child was a miracle, a piece of their forbidden love made real. But how could she raise a baby in the shadows? She decided to tell Alessandro that very night, imagining his surprise turning to happiness, perhaps even a promise to change for them. They met at their usual spot, a quiet park bench overlooking the river. The air was crisp with autumn leaves swirling around them. Alena's heart pounded as she placed his hand on her stomach. Alessandro were having a baby. His face paled, eyes widening in shock. For a moment, silence hung heavy. Then, instead of joy, This can't happen now," he muttered, pulling away. He paced, raking a hand through his dark hair. "My family's alliances are fragile. There's a merger with the Moretti clan. It's political, Elena. I have to get engaged to their daughter to seal the deal. It's the only way to prevent a war." Engaged. The word hit her like a bullet. Engaged to someone else while I'm carrying your child. Tears welled up, but she fought them back, her voice steady despite the storm inside. Alessandro tried to explain it was business, not love. The engagement was a facade to unite the families. "Buy time. I'll take care of you and the baby in secret," he promised. "You'll want for nothing." But Elena saw the truth in his eyes. Fear of vulnerability, of losing control. He wasn't ready to choose love over power. Heartbroken, she walked away that night, refusing his offers of money or protection. "I won't be your secret anymore," she said, her voice breaking. "This child deserves better than a father who hides us." Alessandro let her go, convincing himself it was for the best. He proceeded with the engagement to Isabella Moretti, a poised socialite who fit perfectly into his world of galas and guarded estates. The announcement made headlines in the underground circles, solidifying his empire. But as the days turned to weeks, regret began to creep in like poison. Elena, meanwhile, faced her own battles. Pregnant and alone, she quit the bar job, moving to a small town upstate to escape the city's dangers. Money was tight. She took odd jobs, waitressing, tutoring, anything to make ends meet. The pregnancy wasn't easy. Morning sickness hit hard, and nights were filled with doubts. "What if I'm not strong enough for this?" she'd whisper to her growing belly. But she found solace in a support group for single mothers, where she met women with stories of resilience that mirrored her own. One Maria became a close friend, reminding Elena, "You're not defined by the man who left, you're defined by the love you give this child." As her belly swelled, so did her determination. She enrolled in online courses for business management, dreaming again of that cafe. The baby kicked, a constant reminder of the love that created it, and Elena vowed to build a life free from secrets. She named the unborn child Sofia after her late grandmother who taught her strength. But whispers from the city reached her. Alessandro's engagement was crumbling under the weight of his distractions. He was drinking more, snapping at his men, haunted by visions of Elena's tear-streaked face. Back in the city, Alessandro's regret festered. The engagement to Isabella felt like chains. She was beautiful and ambitious, but her touch was cold, her conversations calculated. At night, he'd stare at the ceiling, replaying Elena's words. "What have I lost?" he'd murmur. His empire, once his pride, now felt hollow. A close call with a rival gang, a shootout that left one of his lieutenants dead, shook him further. In the hospital waiting room, he realized power meant nothing without someone to share it with. Without legacy born of love, not fear. Driven by desperation, Alessandro began searching for Elena. He used his connections discreetly, not wanting to drag her back into danger. Months passed, and finally, a tip led him to her small town. It was a snowy evening when he showed up at her doorstep, disheveled and vulnerable. Nothing like the mafia boss she remembered. "Elena," he said, voice cracking, "I've been a fool. I chose wrong, please. Let me make this right." She stood there, hand protectively over her belly, emotions warring inside. Part of her wanted to slam the door. The hurt was deep, the betrayal fresh. But seeing the man she loved broken, begging for forgiveness, stirred something. "Why now?" she asked, tears falling. He poured out his soul, the emptiness, the regrets. How the baby news terrified him because it meant admitting weakness in a world that preyed on it. "But I've changed," he swore. "I'm stepping back from the family business. I'll sell what I can, go legit. For you, it wasn't easy." Elena didn't forgive overnight. They talked for hours, days even, unpacking the pain. Challenges arose. Alessandro's past enemies lurked, forcing him to tie up loose ends carefully. Elena feared for their safety, but together they built safeguards, relocating to a quieter life, him using his smarts for legal ventures like real estate. The birth of Sofia brought healing. Holding his daughter for the first time, Alessandro wept, vowing to be the father he never had. In the end, they married in a simple ceremony, surrounded by true friends, not mobsters. Elena opened her cafe, Sofia's haven, a place of warmth and second chances. Alessandro became her partner in every sense, trading guns for grinders, power for peace. And so, viewers, this story isn't just about regret, it's about redemption. Love isn't always perfect, it tests us, breaks us. But if we're brave enough to face our mistakes, it can rebuild us stronger. Remember, no matter how dark your path, there's always a way back to the light. If this tale touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. What's your biggest regret turned triumph? Drop it in the comments below. I rate everyone. Until next time, keep believing in second chances.